Michelle Obama's a man. Obviously, they've got, got pictures of her in tracksuits with a 9-inch slong hanging down their leg. It's a leg.
No, Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Elon Musk's father made a controversial claim about Barack Obama's personal life, which has since circulated widely in some circles. Africa had never been impressed with Obama's approach. We realized we'd learned Obama is a queer married to a man who dresses as a woman. We'd all learned that. It's not common knowledge. Of course, you don't know that Michelle Obama is a man. I didn't know that either, but now you know. Joan Rivers once mentioned something about Michelle Obama in a public interview, which generated attention. Unfortunately, she passed away shortly after, sparking speculation and rumors. Joan Rivers mentioned it publicly, and she was gone 2 weeks later. You can look it up on any internet thing. Michelle Obama is a man. Obviously, they've got pictures of her in tracksuits with a 9-inch slong hanging down her leg. Some individuals point to Michelle Obama's birth certificate as evidence, suggesting her gender identity differs from public perception. Do you seriously believe that Michelle Obama was a man? Yes, I think the evidence points to that all around. What is the evidence? Well, I think you've heard various things. The Verifate states that the man is a man. The mother left her belongings to a boy, a man. Have you seen the birth certificate? I've seen what other people have seen over time. Nobody's come to me with a particular piece of paper, but I have seen the videos. When Errol Musk made his controversial comments about Michelle Obama, it undoubtedly set off a media frenzy and invited further online speculation, creating a ripple effect that sparked intense discussions across the globe. When you said this, Errol, you must have known that it would start a huge furor around the world, accusing Michelle Obama of being a man. Many people have said the same thing. Does your son say that as well? Does he tell Trump, and does Trump agree? I don't know what he says. I'm not sure what he has to say on the subject, but many people have said the same thing. Do you think that the United States will see the first woman president? We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down. Michelle is a she's a transgender. We all know. Joan Rivers said that Michelle Obama was a man before she was. Was that a joke? I thought it was a joke too, but the way she said it wasn't jokey. She was like, oh, come on, everybody knows Michelle Obama's a man. Remember that? Like, would Big Mike kill you for that? I think she had 1,000 plastic surgeries, but yeah, she was going under. She sees these big black arms coming over her face. Big Mike, bro, whoever did Madonna's face was working on Joan Rivers first and perfecting the craft, the face killer. There's a video of Joan Rivers walking into her apartment building where she casually mentioned that Michelle Obama is transgender, which quickly went viral, contributing to the growing buzz around the issue. She's walking into her apartment building, and she says it pretty funny. What year was that? I have no idea. Let's see if we can find that. How soon before she died did she say it? I don't know. Boeing is a terrible airline. It's a terrible company. All the questions you said right at the top about where's the woman, there's a lot of math for this to work out. Let's ask this. When did she say it? 2014. So it was 2014 or before she said Michelle Obama is a man. This is like 10 years ago. Have you ever heard that before her? I never heard it. I didn't even hear her say that until years later. Now let me show you this. This is the two ladies, and we've had doctors on about this. Her shoulders are too wide. She's done like the 100th percentile of women with her body type, her arms, everything. She always has this pooch like she's wearing either a codpiece or has genitalia. Now she looks like a man, like dude looks like a lady looks like a dude. This is a funny cartoonist, Ben Garrison, who they're always calling racist and bad. I'm sorry, it's true. It's a giant viral video phenomenon for like 8 years that she's a man. For years, videos and discussions claiming that Michelle Obama is a man or suggesting that her family's history is more complicated than it appears have circulated online, fueling a conspiracy theory. All I know is Obama was raised by a training in Indonesia. They're into all sorts of stuff. Hillary's daughters, Webster Hubble, none of the stuff we're told by these people is true, and national media takes it. When I talk about this, I'm crazy. Listen, there are hundreds of millions of views on YouTube. There are some videos with like 10 million views apiece, and there are dozens and dozens of them, probably more than 100 million. I'm just guesstimating. Reckoning where mainstream liberal sites think she's a man, it's not racist to say she looks like a man. Let me explain something. Cartoonists famously make fun of everybody. You ran for office. You are the co-president that tells kids what lunch to eat around the country because you're God. Obama is obsessing, saying he'll sue Texas, sue North Carolina if we don't teach 5-year-olds how to be transgender, trying to confuse kids. You're fair game. And don't forget the famous comedian. John Rivers said, "Of course, everyone knows she's a she serious. Yeah. She's a man, deader than a doornail, in a routine operation where basically she had fire poured down her throat. She was a fire-breathing goblin, a rival. Shoot your mouth off, honey, you will." Libra, do you get what he's saying? He's saying, Michelle Obama is a man, his words, quote, and she, Joan Rivers, because Joan Rivers exposed the truth. While there have been a number of unproven claims about Michelle Obama's identity and the Obama family, many of these stories remain unverified. And I have irrefutable proof that Michelle Obama is a man. The Obamas don't think you know, and they don't want you to know, but I know that you do know. Just take a look at these Photoshop pictures. You can clearly see beneath Michelle Obama's dress is a bushel of male genitals, and then also look how the male genitals are circled. That's a black circle, and even more compelling, there is an arrow drawn pointing to the male genitals. You can't make this stuff up, people. Oh, Michelle's a woman, really? Well, how do you explain this? Take a look at this picture of young Barack Obama. You might be asking, who is that lovely young lady with a mustache that he has his arm around? Answer, Big Mike. But then if you cross-reference that with a green dress picture, you might realize it's the little Mike. Dude, have you ever seen the size of Michelle Obama's back? What the plot recently thickens because we find out that Barack Obama himself is, the New York Post said that Obama's biographer said that his ex-girlfriend said that he makes love to men every day in his imagination, and that's 4 degrees of separation. That's corroborated evidence. And now we consider, does it make sense that a man who fantasizes about making love every day to men in his imagination would, in fact, actually be married to a man so he can make love to that man every day in reality? Game, set, match. But we've known not only does he fantasize about making love to men, but he dresses all neat, and he probably plays pickleball. The evidence has been right there in front of us this entire time. Obama is which proves Michelle Obama is a man so that they can do things together, not that there's anything wrong with that. I bet Obama has monkeypox. I think Trump knew all this, and he was going to release the files. That's why they've been politically persecuting him so hard. And then we must consider the chef who is. What did the chef see that he can't unsee that someone else saw him see? Was Michelle in an untucked moment? Answer, definitely yes. The chef knew everything, and now do you know who else knew everything and is now? Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers herself knew that Obama is, and Michelle is a trans man, and Joan Rivers didn't live too long after that. Her.